morning, Elaine Kinsella.
Morning. How are you, Andrew?
I'm alright. It's a lovely morning out there, actually. It's bright. There's a bit of sunshine, some blue skies over across the way there. I think today is going to be mainly dry. There will be some scattered showers in places, but certainly a bit different to yesterday. And we should be mainly dry with some sunny spells breaking through. And I was watching the forecast yesterday evening, and they were saying that by the weekend we could be up to 20 or 21 in places, actually, which is a bit more like it for this time of year. Because it's, what did they
Right.
say last week? It's unseasonably chilly and unseasonably wet. But anyway, today shouldn't be too bad.
Were people talking about a Russian wind or something?
Is that what it is? I didn't see that now, but
Yeah.
that's potentially what it is. Maybe, yeah, yeah.
I think that's kind of the beast from the east all over again. But we just started calling it a wind from Russia now. It's not as catchy, but
Yeah,
right, we're kind of blaming them for everything these days, aren't we? The
yeah, we might as
Irish
well.
Sun front page. This is remarkable stuff in Dublin in Blanchardstown last night, Andrew. Two cops shot in gun siege rampage is the headline. Thankfully, those two guards who have been shot are okay. One shot in the arm, the other shot in the leg, it's believed. But they cheated death after being shot by a deranged gunman in the Dublin suburb of Blanchardstown yesterday evening. Yob's machine pistol frenzy is another headline in the Irish Sun today. Now, Andrew, we found out more about getting back out and about in our pubs and restaurants yesterday. It had been believed, because Leo Varadkar did say about a week ago that there would be no time limit this time round. But unfortunately, it looks like he might have got that wrong. 105-minute pub rule blasted. Publicans yesterday blasted proposals to reintroduce that 105-minute indoor service time limit when pubs reopen in July. So that's also a story in the front page of The Sun today.
The Examiner's front page this morning. Expert calls for global cyber treaty as digital Geneva Convention is needed to tackle cybercrime. A new international law must be drawn up to tackle and punish life-endangering cybercrime following the unprecedented attack on our health system. That's on the front page there this morning. More than what you just mentioned there, Elaine. Two Gardaí shot in the arm standoff. And also in the sports section this morning, they look ahead to the Europa League tonight. Manchester United play Villarreal. Time for Solskjaer and United to deliver is in the sports section of the Examiner there this morning.
I must admit that when the vaccine program started in Ireland, I was very pessimistic. It got off to a real kind of stuttering start. And I don't know, Andrew, did you do any of those kind of, you could go online and you could say, when will I potentially get my vaccine? And
I
I did
did,
that.
yeah.
And I was getting figures of October 2021. And I was just thinking, oh, for God's sake, I was kind of hoping I'd have it for the summer. Well, some good news in the Irish Times today. State hits 2.5 million vaccinations earlier than expected. Isn't that a great headline to see this morning? And yeah, so it's all moving along nicely now at this stage with our vaccination program. And that means that our May opening up has gone successfully and as planned at the moment anyway. The HSE to outline the next phase of the rollout, which will see another 400,000 vaccinations a week in June, which is pretty remarkable stuff. So they really have got that up and running properly. I've the first dose of the vaccine got as well, which I'm absolutely delighted about. And I think I'll have the second dose in about 3 weeks' time, which is
Oh yeah, and
brilliant.
just give us a look there. Have you? I'm just trying to see how many extra arms and heads you've grown.
That actually is an extra head.
Oh, okay. I know that's perfect. Yeah, that. I think that's normal. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Just.
actually the head that the chip, the government put the chip in there, and they're tracked by
Oh, is
everyone.
that where the? Oh, I was just thinking because actually your Wi-Fi signal has been really good, and I think is the 5G coming from there. So.
Yeah, 5G in my
Oh,
head.
perfect,
My extra
perfect.
head. Yeah, I had a sore arm. That was about it. Thankfully, I didn't have any of the other symptoms of getting the
Yeah,
vaccine. Yes, although it does appear to be with the second dose that the stronger symptoms happen. So I might have to take a week off when that happens. I'm sorry, Andrew. Also in the Irish Times today, Dara O'Shea, Andrew, writing in the sports section, this isn't so good. I don't see anything optimistic about Kerry shipping 4 goals to Dublin, says Dara. So see what he thinks about the match last weekend. And that's also in the Times today.
In the Independent, more on the shooting last night in Dublin. Two Garda detectives injured in a terrifying shooting incident in West Dublin. It's suspected that a notorious gangland criminal fired shots which led to the two Gardaí being injured. And as you said, Elaine, thankfully it's not life-threatening and they should make a recovery, but still frightening stuff in a housing estate of all places. And also, yesterday, opposition accused of putting politics ahead of problem solving in scrutiny of new housing bill. Opposition parties were accused of putting the politics ahead of the problem solving in their scrutiny of the Land Development Agency bill. Fine Gael TD Emer Higgins said she hoped that the public were not tuning into yesterday's meeting of the Oireachtas Housing Committee. That's also in the Independent this morning as well.
Now, we've got a busy show coming up, and we've got lots and lots to talk about, and music to play and all the rest. Some of the top trends that we're waking to this midweek Wednesday morning include Blanchardstown, the shooting last night in the Dublin suburb that we've been talking about making the front pages. And another anniversary. We've had the anniversary of the marriage referendum. We've had the anniversary of the Spice Girls in Dublin, which was another big one over the past few days. But the Repeal the Eighth referendum, yesterday was the anniversary of the Eighth Amendment being successfully repealed. So that's also something people are chatting about today. And Andrew, people are also talking about George Floyd online as well today. That was an anniversary too, right?
Yeah, yesterday was a year since he was killed in Minnesota, and there was a lot of articles yesterday about how George Floyd's killing changed the conversation that we're having, and in particular, a lot of sports yesterday were kind of marking it with what has gone on in sport over the past 12 months, including things like taking the knee, fight against racism, and just basically having a conversation about racism in general. Saw a lot of that yesterday. And the United Way is trending this morning as well. It was a documentary on Sky last night all about Manchester United, and it featured some of the club's legends, and it was narrated and presented by Eric Cantona. I recorded it now last night. It was on too late for me, so I'll give that a sconce later on this afternoon, but that's also trending this morning. And I have to say, I was quite pleasantly surprised this morning to see other soccer club fans, Liverpool included, who were also talking about it in a positive way, which was quite bizarre. But that's also trending this morning, the United Way.
Good stuff. Right. Okay. As I said, busy show on the way. And we've got lots to do. If you've entered our Lee Strand competition, thank you for those brilliant photographs. Andrew, every morning I get up and I turn on my laptop and there's just loads and loads of photographs. They're absolutely brilliant. People are getting really inventive with this. Here's a lovely one I'm just looking at now of Eva Burke helping with feeding the calves. That came in from Nora Nelligan. And Eva's got the big 2-litre Lee Strand carton, and she's feeding the most beautiful little calf with a bottle, Andrew. It's a gorgeous photograph. Really lovely. So we're loving those, and keep them coming. You could win €550 at the Kingdom 550 happening this weekend, and we're live there as well. Alan Finn is going to be live on an outside broadcast, all with thanks to Lee Strand.
Yeah, the winning finalist for yesterday, their photograph was 2 kids on a trampoline with the 2-litre carton, and the photograph was taken kind of mid-bounce. It was actually quite cool. You can see that on the Radio Kerry Facebook and Instagram pages if you have a look there for yourself. Camille, do you remember we were talking about, you mentioned yesterday that there's potential for 5,000 people to be able to attend some sort of a gathering or a festival or something by late summer. Well, there's good news this morning coming out of the UK. They've released the figures of COVID cases from the Brit Awards, and they have reported 0 COVID cases have come out of the Brit Awards. There was 4,500 people at that, I think. No masks, no social distancing. So that's pretty impressive. So it's now, I know obviously the UK are a little bit further ahead of us, but as a tester, that was indoors as well. I think we were talking about outdoors, but that was indoors. So they've reported 0 COVID cases have come out of the Brit Awards, which is pretty positive news, I think. And Elaine, the key to happiness in life. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
Food.
Lowering your expectations.
Yes, I agree completely with this. A friend of mine told me about this about 10 years ago, and I've done it ever since. She was just like, don't expect too much. You'll rarely be disappointed. That's
a fair way of looking at it, actually, I think so. Yeah. These scientist people have come up with the key to happiness, and it is lowering your expectations. And this is to do with everything. Sport, love, money, career, TV shows, food. If you lower your expectations and don't expect too much, and then if it ends up being great, brilliant.
Theme parks. This is going to be crap. Then I arrive, I'm like, this is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I'm having the best time.
Yeah, that's true. I do
it all the time. It's a good trick. Yeah, so people should lower their expectations of us as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Which reminds us, a terrible broadcast of 2 hours long in duration is going to be happening in about 2.5 minutes. So we have nothing but wall-to-wall terrible music, and we're quite boring as a couple.
But we're not a couple. But people are going to come away
Oh.
from it thinking way better than I thought it was going to be. Those two.
or what was it? You've had this and I've had this. Yeah, I listened to your show. Yeah, you're actually good. Oh, thanks. Cheers. Thanks very much.
Or do people actually listen to you? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you actually have people listening to you? Yeah, we've one or two. Elaine's mom, my mom. You know yourself.
Your mom in Cork.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, listen, we better go.
Yeah, let's
And
rock on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we've a busy show though. Honestly, coming up in a few minutes' time, as always, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes. Have a good day. Good luck.
Bye.